All right, ready?
The fall of 1991, Nirvana made its first appearance on MTV's Headbangers Ball. The video Killed the Radio Star was the first music video to air on the new cable television show channel MTV in 1981. Yo MTV Rap debuted in 1988 during the prime of rap and hip-hop. In 1983, David Bowie asked video jockey Mark Goodman why there weren't that many black artists featured on MTV. And in the same year, Michael Jackson changed that with the premiere of Billie Jean. It was safe to say MTV was here. I'm sure all of you have spent numerous hours watching ridiculous shows on MTV. When was the last time anyone has even seen a music video on MTV? The last time I saw one was like 5 in the morning when I was getting ready for school. We have relied on the internet, websites like YouTube, and other music alternatives to provide us with music information. In this day and age, MTV is our last choice as a resource to keep in touch with the music scene. And as a strong advocate for music, I try to find musical relevance anywhere I can. And as I watch MTV and idiotic shows like 16 and Pregnant, The Real World, and Parental Control, I only see the beauty of music being neglected. And not only that, I have seen bands and musical acts get ridiculed and lose fans because they have been featured or mentioned on MTV. As if reaching the mainstream musical scene was more of a joke than an actual accomplishment. Sometimes, as a musician, artist, or band, your best bet is to stay underground because the last thing you would ever do is sell out at MTV. I'm here today to tell you the history of MTV and how it was the way it is today and why we shouldn't call MTV music television anymore. I'm here to tell you that based on the present-day choices of the MTV Corporation, it'd be ridiculous to associate the channel with music. Let me begin with the history of MTV and how it got started. On August 1st, 1981, John Black said, "Ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll." Black was one of the creators of that music television, and on this day, MTV was born. In the article written about the history of MTV at History.com, it says, MTV wanted to revolutionize the music industry and become an influential source of pop culture and entertainment in the United States and other parts of the world, including Europe, Asia, and Latin America, which all have the MTV branded channels. In the early MTV days, programs consisted of basic music videos brought to audiences by VJs, or video jockeys similar to DJs on radio stations. MTV was used to record as record companies' way of promoting new music acts. The art of the music video also helped start the successful careers of many well-known directors, such as Spike Jonze, the director of Being John Malkovich, and Michael Gondry. These directors dabbled in directing music videos before they earned their stripes as film directors. And we can't forget the music careers MTV has helped put on the map, like Madonna and Duran Duran. And because of MTV, pop and R&B singers Prince and Michael Jackson were able to break down social mainstream barriers of music as black artists and change the face of music forever. In 1984, the first ever MTV Music Awards aired with almost the same concept as a Grammy Awards show, then followed by MTV Movie Awards with a similar concept of the Academy Awards in 1992. The same year, MTV launched its most popular non-music program, the reality TV show The Real World. In fact, this reality TV show was so popular, according to EntertainmentWeekly.com, it holds the number 5 spot in the list of top 20 best reality TV series of all time. The Real World is actually 1 out of 4 MTV shows that are featured on this list, which brings us to MTV today. Part of the 4 MTV shows that are featured in EntertainmentWeekly.com's top 20 best reality TV shows are The Hills at number 13, Jackass at number 7, and The Osbournes at number 3, beating The Real World. These MTV programs, these music television programs, have absolutely nothing to do with music. Yet they are one of MTV's most popular shows, and even long after their series ending, some of these shows are under syndication and are still viewed on MTV today. But mind you, they have nothing to do with music. Although The Real World was a groundbreaking show in TV history, I would say it may have also been MTV's biggest mistake. Because of MTV's decision to have non-music programs on its channel, we had the show Laguna Beach, where I'm sure the cast will end up being our future Doctors and Lawyers of America, and countless dating shows like Next, Parental Control, and Date My Mom, and I'm pretty sure everybody found love on that show. And the ever so popular, ever so mind-stimulating and captivating show, Jersey Shore. And instead of watching music videos of my favorite artists, I am watching a 30-year-old woman pretend to be an 18-year-old girl in a bikini trying to win a date with a guy who probably still lives at home with his mother. One of the few shows that were still music-oriented was TRL. You guys remember that show? Total Request Live? The only show that held relevance to music and followed the traditional ways of the 1980s. Does anybody remember what happened to that show? It got canceled. In November of 2008, a 2-hour finale ended the 10-year show. Producer Dave Serlinick says this about the ending of the show. It becomes more of a mainstay, or more of an institution than, pardon the pun, the new kid on the block. So in other words, music started to get boring and stale on a channel that was about music. And when it comes down to it, the only show that was about music and featured music gets canceled. So this is where I propose we no longer call MTV music television. One, because of the ridiculous reality TV shows. I never knew that it was okay to become pregnant before you're even allowed to buy alcohol. 16 and pregnant in a way condones teenage pregnancy and teenage non-safe sex. I mean, I'd rather watch a documentary about Dead Cat for Cutie than watch a girl from Louisiana cry about how her boyfriend got her pregnant out of wedlock. It's really sad that we're wasting time and money on these reality TV shows that absolutely have nothing to do with music, but you're going to call yourselves MTV, music television. This is what you stand for. And I'm not saying it's the reality TV shows that were the mistake of MTV, because we do have True Life, we had Diary, we had MTV Creeps that at least showed you the lives of musicians at their homes, but it's getting ridiculous. How many seasons has Jersey Shore been on? But we're going to cancel TRL, something that is relevant to music. But yes, I want to watch Snooki get drunk and fall asleep with her ass in the air. So, celebrities and reality stars have become number one, and music has become secondary, maybe even fourth in line of MTV's priorities. So now that I have told you the history of MTV and how it used to be, the way it is in today's society, and why it should no longer be called MTV, I hope you have seen the transition and changes it has made over the years, and how easy it is to say that it has made the changes and transitions for the worst. John Locke did say, "Ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll," in 1981. He never said, "Ladies and gentlemen, gym, tanning, laundry." Thank you.
Minutes.
I'm sorry, you've got my data form.
Oh, my bad.
I think I reminded people, but oh yeah, John Michael is supposed to do this and he's not here, right?
Awesome.
All right, so you'll just have to wait a second here while I figure this out.
I spoke way too fast. I didn't notice when I saw 5 and I'm like halfway done. Damn. Little thing. This is kind of 8 minutes. Yeah. Like, I had 2 minutes left. 3 minutes. This is kind of the tiniest of no, like, fold it?
All right, Palmira, the beginning of the speech, there's just way too much reading. You've got this whole chronology of history that you're going through, and you're not really talking to us. You read loudly. There's some variety in your voice, but it does sound a little mechanical because you're going through that process. About 2/3 of the way through the speech, you actually get to the persuasive part of the speech, and that's when you look up and start talking to people, and I think you are a lot more effective then. You also, I know you wanted to use the podium, but your substitute for not having the podium was to stand back as far as possible, kind of up against the wall there a little bit, and you held your paper in front of you instead of having the information on smaller cards that would make it easier for you to gesture while you're speaking. So there are a few technical problems with the presentation issues. The the material is well organized. You've got a lot of material in the first part of the speech that is all factual data and examples that you're citing, but that's almost all of that